So tell me where we are now.
So you are you're in our house. That is true.
Yep.
Hello. Welcome. Come on in. Hi, my name is Aya Kanai, and you are here in Boerum Hill, Brooklyn at our apartment.
My name is Todd Bailey. Nice to meet you.
Hey, what's your name?
Can you say hi?
Hi. My name is May.
I work at Pinterest. I am the head of creator partnerships at Pinterest.
I design electronics for spacecraft. I work at a company in California called Apollo Fusion.
How have you designed your space?
Ad hoc?
Ad hoc, I think, is probably a good word to describe how we have designed it. This main room is obviously the biggest space. It's a living room, a dining room, and a kitchen all in one. And Todd designed this giant bookcase to go the length of the wall as the main feature, so that of course it's a storage facility, but it's also a cool vocal centerpiece for the room. And then of course you can also see we have a projector up there. So this empty wall actually is our TV when we want to watch movies. This book is a vintage Issey Miyake book, which I'll give you this taco pin.
Cool.
Has a picture of my parents in it. These are my parents in the 60s. My mother works for Issey Miyake, and so this is a really classic book of his work. He was avant-garde Japanese fashion designer, and so I really treasure this because it's a picture of my parents looking very cool. No question there. And then I also really love, now that I am a parent, we really love this table, which has all of these fun, colorful wooden pegs. It's a table designed by M&M Paris. I just thought it was so cool, and I had just become a parent, and I loved the idea of great looking furniture that you can also play with.
Monster!
Nice monster, kiddo.
What are each of your favorite things about this space?
I like the light, and I love my lab.
Your what?
My laboratory. The place where I work all the time.
Oh, your lab.
My lab.
I thought you said lamb.
You're like, is there a lamb here? It
We
seems like
didn't show you the sheep. We got a sheep in there. We didn't.
Mary had a little lamb.
That's true.
Mary had a little lamb.
I am born and
Mary
raised
had a
in
little
New York City. So I actually like living in a small space, like it suits me.
So I grew up in the Midwest and worked in big warehouses before this, and the act of having to throw out most of your stuff and work in a small space is painful when you first do it, but it actually is awesome after you've done it.
This is a very cool t-shirt that Keith Haring signed for me when I was in middle school.
And there's a tank top.
And a tank top, also by Keith Haring. He knew my parents. Back when I used to work in fashion, I did a lot of work on set of photo shoots. And I did a photo shoot with Nicki Minaj. And we used these flags as a backdrop for the picture that we did of her. So you can see these are gigantic, huge sort of floor to ceiling American flags that we had at the end of the day. So when Todd and I moved in here, we didn't yet have curtains. And one of the best features about this apartment is all the incredible south-facing light. That said, there's a time of the day where it's truly sort of blinding in here. So we put up these American flags. You can see they're attached with magnets. Those are truly just hook magnets stuck up to the ceiling. So we put them up there as a temporary solution, and now they just live here. This is actually a coat closet that, of course, I have sort of commandeered for my own. Two of my favorite pairs of shoes that do not get worn very often are these Chanel boots. I love this pair because they are
Wear them.
black and navy.
Come here.
And then I love this gum sole pair that are gold. Of course, naturally these days I am not wearing Chanel boots very often, but I do love to have them and look forward to the day in the future where I will wear them again soon. Certainly as a child of the 90s, I have collected over the years are Doc Martens. So you can kind of see I have a pretty significant collection. These days, I don't know if I'm ever going to wear heels again, so these days I've sort of shed a lot of my high heel boots, and this is about as fancy as I'll get. Some of my favorite pieces, so this is my husband's Letterman jacket. He is from Oberlin, Ohio, and both of us went to college at Oberlin, and you can see he's got this cool academic badge on it. This is a chore coat that was made out of a quilt that I had made. So I made this quilt, it was queen sized, and it lived on our bed for several years. You can kind of see it has a lot of wear and tear. It's been repaired several times. You can see that as well. And then I found this account on Instagram called Psychic Outlaw, where you can send them your own quilt that you've made and they will turn it into a cool jacket. So I love what they did here. And yeah, it's sort of given new life to something that I made with my own two hands. And then lastly, I have a personal fascination with skulls and skeletons. So I love this skeleton applique leather jacket. It's by a Japanese brand called Black Means, and they only make leather jackets, custom made. And so this jacket I absolutely love. As you can see, I take great care of it to keep it in good condition.
Yeah!
Yeah! This is our daughter's bedroom. I got this little sort of school locker at the Container Store and got a couple extra shelves, so we actually use it for all of her clothing storage. And it's really cool. We've of course covered it in little stickers, which is really fun. We have this skeleton pillow.
Wait, what's his name? What's his name?
Ghosty. So Ghosty hangs out there and sometimes reads books with us too. And this painting is by a family friend who, his name is Richard Osterwheel.
I made the light that's up there now, and I laser cut a bunch of acrylic to fit this window. And so as the sun moves across this window, the rainbow moves across the wall, and eventually it ends up over on that painting over there.
This is a needlepoint of Mount Fuji in Japan that my mother made. So we got that framed, and it's really nice to have in Ray's bedroom.
So this is technically a 2.5 bedroom apartment. I snagged the half bedroom when we moved in. And I built my lab in here, which is where I work almost every day. In this room, I design electronic circuits. They look sort of like this. This is a part of a satellite engine. This is a rocket that launched from Kodiak, Alaska. And I designed all the power electronics which make that rocket go.
So when you told me I was going to see your office, this isn't what I was expecting.
Yeah. You know, it's snooty of me, but I prefer to call it a lab. So these are just my old turntables. They were always sort of aspirational. Like, it was fun to play records. This is not ever a thing I did professionally or...
Being a parent, having a record player in your living room is key.
Yes.
Because it's very fun for dance parties and various other kiddo-centered activities.
Hey Ray, can you pick out your favorite record? You want to pick out a record?
This one is my favorite record.
Yola Tango?
Yola Tango. Wow!
You press the start button here.
This is the Talking Heads, actually. Uh-oh. You want to do dancing?